Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Thanks everyone for joining. Please raise your hands if you have questions for either Natasha and Sabrina. I want everyone to be cognizant to ask only a couple of questions before we move on to the next person so we can make sure that we take care of everyone. We'll start with Jeff Magliochetti.
Natasha, Sabrina, thank you for joining us. Great to see you guys again. My first question is for Sabrina. This was a good time good month off for you. You got to spend time with family and friends. So what'd you learn about yourself as a basketball player throughout this process? And what did you learn about yourself as a person as we got this month off to kind of reflect and look at the 2021 season, sorry.
All good. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed time, back home with family and friends, and obviously just training and rehabbing. And so I think, obviously, I just learned that I think I needed that time to just get healthier and get ready for the season, but also really just miss being back in New York with my team and, getting this season started, the second half of the season started. So I'm really excited to get back to playing games.
Thank you. And for Natasha, this question is for you. First of all, welcome back. It's great to see you off the injury list. So as you observe this team from the bench, what do you think is the best area in which you can help? And what did you think about this team overall and their resilience and how they were able to play without your services?
Well, overall, I think the team did good without me on the court. The thing I like about the team, through the 16, 17 games we played so far, that they fought from the tip on into the end. It doesn't matter if it was up or down, but they still fought. And me just coming back, I could help them out with defense, rebounding, the leadership, and also communicating too as well. Overall, we've been doing a good job with these 3 weeks we had off together and, building that chemistry back up again.
Appreciate your time and insight, both of you. Thank you for joining us.
Sarah Valenzuela.
Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Natasha. Good to see you guys again. This is just a really quick question for both of you. How are you physically feeling just coming off some minor, not so much minor for you, Natasha, but just coming off of the injuries?
Yeah, I think this time was definitely needed for both of us and actually for a lot of the team as well, to just kind of get back into, training, taking care of our bodies. And so I know I personally feel a lot better than I did the first half of the season.
I needed that break, to be honest. Just coming back from Italy and also jumping into the WNBA playing a game and stuff, but my body definitely needed it. But now, I'm healthy. My knee is very stable. Means I'm ready to play, help my team win these last 11 games.
Thank you.
Jackie Powell.
Hello, thanks so much, both of you, for joining us today. So the first question, this is for both of you, actually. So I saw that some of your teammates got to visit the George Floyd Square. So if you were there, what was that like to visit that site and sort of understand, what we've been through in the past 18 months?
Well, I went there yesterday. It was very touching. It was sad, also seeing where he actually died at. It was an eye opener of everything that we fought for this last season too, as well in the bubble, and also how we still fighting for justice for those that haven't got justice yet. It was a really eye opener for Jazz, Meg, Didi, Rashonda went there, Jocelyn went there. It was an eye opener for all of us. And we know what we need to do, and the job's not done yet.
Great. I appreciate that. And so I guess for Sabrina, in the past month, we've seen a real focus, or actually in the past couple of months, we've seen a real focus in the women's sports world on mental health and mental health awareness. I'm curious as to how maybe things have changed or the culture within women's basketball has changed based on what you've seen in the past couple of years, I guess also in women's sports as well, when it comes to mental health awareness and there just being more of a focus. Go ahead.
I think it's more in honestly just the sport culture as a whole. I think just the acceptance of like it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to talk through things, and everyone's going through something. I think all of us as athletes know the pressure and anxiety of playing our sport, and the pressure that we put on ourselves, that the media, that the rest of society, the fans, family, friends, everyone puts on us. And I think it's kind of been an eye opener for a lot of us to see that everyone's dealing with something. And I think it's just this level of acceptance across all sports that, you can talk about it, you can ask for help. And I think it's seen as a norm now, which is really cool to see. And I think more and more people are going to continue to open up and talk about their problems. And I think that's only going to help us as athletes.
Thank you. Appreciate it from both of you.
Miles Ehrlich.
Hi, good to see you both. In your first matchup with the Lynx at the start of the season, the team held their point guards at the time, Crystal Dangerfield and Ariel Powers, to just 2 of 18 shooting for 5 points. Since then, Minnesota really turned their season around after that slow start they had, and a lot of that had to do with the play of Layshia Clarendon. What in film and, of course, in practices early this season has made Layshia such a catalyst for this Lynx team?
Well, Laysia's a great player, veteran point guard in this league that has seen a lot of defenses, has seen probably every defense, and has played against every team multiple times. And so I think her experience really sets her apart from everything else. So obviously, we know, I think firsthand from playing, with her at the beginning of the season, and I've played with her last year, just as good as a point guard she is. And so it's going to be exciting to go up against her tonight and just, see what we can do to stop her, because she's been a huge part of their success.
Thank you. And I guess this is for both of you. In terms of playing with each other, the pick and roll has been such a big talk. What part of your game on offense do you think, what dimension does Natasha bring that you guys might not have had in the first half? And for you, Natasha, what does playing with a point guard like Sabrina add to your game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously very excited. We didn't get a lot of games together. We didn't get a lot of time to build, chemistry. And so we've been continuing to build that during this training camp. And I'm excited to just start games and be able to see different defenses who haven't seen us every day in practice and be able to play. But I mean, Tasha's skill set is something that, is very unique to our team, is very unique to anyone in the league, really. And so I'm just excited for her to continue to get better, and for us to continue to get better and finding ways to get her the ball. And I think that's ultimately going to help us in these next 11 games, because we didn't have that to start the season.
Yeah, with Sabrina, I'm happy that I'm playing with her and not against her. Just seeing her play in college and stuff like that, she's a phenomenal point guard, and how she finds her teammates, and also how she's going to find us tonight too as well. And so she's going to open the floor up more to also get her shots off too as well. So I'm just happy that I have a good point guard that could actually make a difference in the league years to come.
Thanks so much. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Last question, Sarah Valenzuela.
Hey guys, one more question just to add off of Miles. In the beginning of, before the season even started, Natasha, when you first got signed to the Liberty, you talked about the dynamic between you and Sabrina, you wanting it to be like a Kobe and Shaq kind of power duo. Now that you're both healthy, coming into the second half of the season, what message do you have for fans just about continuing to bring such an energy that was so hyped up in the beginning?
Yeah, well, obviously we have to prove that. And so I think we're really excited to just be able to have these games with each other healthy and continuing to grow that dynamic, not only for this season, but for years to come, a part of this organization. And so I think we're just excited for fans to see what we've been practicing on and, these last couple weeks. And I think we're just excited to play in a game.
I agree with Sabrina. We got a lot of things we could do this season, and also push into the playoffs, and also for the fans too as well. They're gonna be watching, and we got a lot of work to do still.
Thank you.
Sorry, false alarm. Paul Datino from the broadcast has one last question. Paul, if you could ask your question quickly. Thank you.
Yes, thanks very much. Sabrina, now that you're healthy and you've recovered from a lot of the bumps and bruises, what part of your game do you think will benefit the most from the rest and relaxation as you go down the last dozen games or so?
I just think the ability to kind of have a spring off of my leg. You know, the first half, I kind of felt like my leg was dead and I wasn't really able to push off and really get by the defense and attack the defense in the pick and roll like I wanted to. So I think now, you know, feeling a little healthier and fresh, just being able to continue to pick apart defenses, get my teammates open, you know, get Tosh in the post, and just being able to attack the way that I wanted to.
Thank you. And Natasha, how much have you actually been able to practice with the team to this point? And do you believe you're going to be on a minutes restriction as they slowly work you back in? Or I'm sure in your heart of hearts, you probably would love to be a full go.
I practiced with the team for the past 3 weeks now, and it was amazing, you know, actually getting that team chemistry together and actually practicing with the team. It's a good feeling, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be on minutes restriction yet. I don't know yet.
Do you think there's a particular part of your game right now that you're kind of interested in or curious about as you try to scrape the rust off?
No, not at all. I'm actually not rusty anymore. I got all that rust off. I'm just ready to go, rock and roll.
Thanks, ladies. Appreciate it.
Thank you
all for joining. Thanks, Tosh, Sabrina. We'll be back on at 5:45, guys, with Coach. Thank you.